Oh, going live. All right, what's going on, everybody? Today we're talking World Series. I'm gonna be pretty frank about it. We watched the game last night, the Astros and the Washington Nationals. That's Game 7 tonight. I want to talk about last night a little bit, though. Uh, you know, every time Washington is on the line, every time Washington looks like they're out of it, right? They have a never say die about them, don't they? Those Washington Nationals, they have an underdog attitude that makes us want to love them. Every single time you think the Nationals are out of a game, they find a way back. I mean, they've been doing it since the wild card. All right, they beat Milwaukee in the wild card, and they walked into LA, and Strasburg won that game. The Washington Nationals are just how can't you find yourself sitting on your couch rooting for this team? I know that the Astros have all the talent, and I know that the Astros they've been predetermined World Series champions. But everybody's got to be rooting for Washington right now, except for like Texas, right? Texas is rooting for the Astros, but the Washington Nationals are so fun. That game last night started off super quick, right? We had one run, Nationals scored. Then, the second inning, we had the Houston Astros came back. Now it's 2-1. It's an exciting game. Thought what was cool was Alex Bregman hit that home run. Right? Everybody went nuts. He crushed that ball. And he held on to the bat. And I think he was going to flip it. I think Alex Bregman was going to flip it. Right towards Strasburg. That's what I think he was going to do. And he held on to it. And I think he held on to it because he thought in the back of his mind, boy, I'll tell you what, if I flip this bat towards him, he's going to hit me the next time I'm up. I just think that's the type of moxie that Strasburg brings to the mound. Strasburg does not mess around. I remember back in the LA series, they asked Pedro Martinez on live TV, they said, what do you think about Kershaw versus Strasburg? And he looked plainly at the TV and he goes, man, Strasburg's a bad man. That's all he said. They went to commercial break. How are you doing, Christian River? Christian, we're talking World Series. You love baseball. I'm really into it right now. I was just talking about how Pedro Martinez said that Strasburg is a bad man. And I think that Bregman, if he flipped that bat last night, I think if he flipped it towards him or flipped it any direction, Strasburg would have went after him in the next inning. That's why I think Bregman held onto the bat. I think it was an accident. He came all the way down. He was halfway down first base line. He had nowhere to throw it, and he just gave it to the guy. It didn't look very planned at all. But what was even more interesting, right? Couple innings after that, we slowed down. Third inning, fourth, we all got into the rhythm of the game. And then in the fifth inning, Juan Soto hits a monster shot. I mean, that dude, it looked like something King Griffey would have hit. He crushed the ball, right? And he held onto the bat on purpose. And he walked it all the way to first base. First time two ex-Cy Youngs face off in the World Series in Game 7. Yeah, it's going to be a great game tonight. But I think Juan Soto, what intrigued me was that Juan Soto he crushed that ball out, and he held onto that bat, and he handed it. He did that on purpose. I think Bregman's was by accident. He didn't flip it because he didn't want to get crushed by Strasburg, right? Yeah, he did it because Bregman did it, right? And that says a lot about the Nationals team. We're not here to get pushed around. We know what everybody's saying. We think we belong here. Oh, you're gonna hold on to the bat, or you want to flip your bat or hand it to the first baseman? I'm gonna crush one too, and mine's gonna take us over the top. We're not here to get pushed around. Everybody thinks we're underdogs. I'm 21 years old. I'm in the World Series. I'm here. I'm in it to win it, man. Juan Soto is for real. Juan Soto's the reason why Bryce Harper was expendable. He's a young left-handed hitter who walks in and he does his job. And by the way, he might have the same amount of moxie that Bryce Harper walked around with as well. He might have the same in it. That impressed. I'm sure his coach didn't like it. You don't want to add fuel to the fire, but I like my athletes to have a little bit of flavor to them, right? That's why I love baseball. I'll tell you what, that was all sports have that. They all have the one-upsmanship, right? But to see it on that stage last night, that kid has something. Bregman's was by accident. I think Bregman's a good kid. I think he just wants to play the game the way all the old timers like to see the game play. But I think Soto sells the Nationals. I really do. I think Soto is the key to that franchise. He's for real. And he adds a swagger. He adds a moxie to that locker room. I'll tell you what, too. When Strasburg's on the mound, that team plays differently. You could tell they were hopping around last night. I mean, when Scherzer wasn't in, when he wasn't able to go with the back and neck issues, you could tell they were flat. They just were. I don't know. You lose your general, you're going to try your best. But when, things start getting pinned against you, you go, you know what? We didn't have our guy tonight, and we just didn't have it. But last night, Strasburg took the mound, and he gives up a home run every now and then anyway. He doesn't care. He's like Martinez. He's not affected by a home run. And maybe Pedro sees a little bit in him. Because Strasburg's the type of pitcher that could give up a home run and hit the next batter and go, yeah, so what? I don't care. I'm throwing fastballs until they pull me off the mound. But when I'm out here, I'm under control. I love Strasburg. And by the way, he's 6-2 in the postseason, and he's crushing the World Series. I love Juan Soto. He walks around, and he gets everybody. Rendon's been excellent. He's been quiet, but he's kind of that even guy. Okay, so what Rendon is he tries to keep everybody even kilter. The kid Soto's going nuts the whole time. And Strasburg going out there, and he's bringing all of it together. I've got Washington tonight because I think Washington's the only team that plays with their backs against the wall that doesn't play scared. Houston played scared last night. They played not to lose. Washington went out, and they worked the pitcher. When the Astros got down last night, all they were doing was swinging at first pitches. Swinging. Pop up. Strasburg figured it out, so he started throwing them high fastballs, and they would pop them up, and they'd pop another one up. It was very easy to figure out after a while. They were so nervous that they were behind that they didn't work the pitcher. The Astros worked the hell out of Verlander, and then they worked the hell out of the guy backing them up. I've got the Nationals tonight. I love the moxie. It's refreshing. I like the flavor, right? I like my food a little bit spicy. Maybe you don't. Maybe you like yours a little old-fashioned, the way it's supposed to taste. I put hot sauce on everything. That's the kind of guy I am. Enjoy the game tonight, guys. I just wanted to have a quick chat. Thanks for watching me, Chris.